Hello, solution seekers. How you doing today? Did you know that there wasn't always refrigerators? Not sure that most modern people do. The first home refrigerator was not invented until 1913 by Fred Wolf. However, the history of refrigeration goes back much further, with people using ice and other methods to keep food cool for thousands of years. And this is well before refrigerators came into play. So some ancient methods: the Chinese stored ice as early as 1000 BC, and the Egyptians and Indians used earthenware pots to make ice or to keep things cool, specifically underground. So a little bit of history for you. 1758, Benjamin Franklin and John Hadley conducted experiments at Cambridge that demonstrated the cooling effects of evaporation. 1835, Jacob Perkins patented the first vapor compression refrigeration cycle, which is still in use in most refrigerators today. Now, in 1915, Alfred Mellows began using refrigerators in homes for the storage of groceries. 1918, William Durant introduced the first home refrigerator with a self-contained compressor. 1923, Frigidaire introduced the first self-contained unit. That means the units that were inside of homes. 1926, the first hermetic compressor appeared on the market. And in 1928, CFC refrigerants like Freon were introduced, which were a bane to existence and not good for our health or the environment. But they said they needed it for these stupid new refrigerators. And in 1940, home freezers were introduced as separate compartments. Now, before all these dates, they were keeping foods fresh for months on end. Yet we can't do that in our modern refrigerators. Why not? Let's talk about root cellars. It's a cool, dark place, humid space, traditionally used to store vegetables, fruits, and other perishables without refrigeration. It's an effective off-grid method for long-term food storage. Now, to implement, find a location. Find a spot in your basement or yard where you can dig a small underground or semi-underground cellar. You can make them concrete. You can buy them. Build shelving. Install shelves into your storage, like vegetables, potatoes, carrots, onions, and squashes. All those can go inside there. Monitor the temperatures and humidity. Keep the temperature between 32 and 40 degrees with high humidity to prevent the produce from drying out. Benefits: it extends the shelf life of root vegetables and other perishables. It reduces reliance on electricity, refrigeration, and using CFCs, which destroy everything. It preserves seasonal produce for year-round usage. So how to get started, guys? Research simple DIY root cellars, root cellar designs, underground food storage that fit your space and climate. Even if you don't have a large yard, you can create a small root cellar in a basement or garage. And there are companies that make walk-in root cellars. You don't even have to do digging yourself. Have somebody come in with a backhoe and plant these things. There's a company that does white root cellars. You just dump it right in there and you can walk right down. So you can do this DIY, you can buy it. But root cellars can extend the life of your roots, root vegetables that is, much longer than a refrigerator can. Trust me, they were doing it for hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of years before our refrigerators came into existence. So why do you think they did this to us? Why do you think they came up with refrigerators? Well, it was to separate us. Back in the day, families congregated and they all got food out of that root cellar. Now, when refrigerators came in, around the same time that the dream of your own home came in, then you started putting refrigerators instead of root cellars, because guess what? We weren't living in farms anymore. We started living in the city, and we thought we couldn't do root cellars. So you can. If you live in an apartment complex, you may have a harder time at this, but if you have even an itty-bitty house and you got an itty-bitty yard, you got space for a root cellar. You don't have to do it inside your house. You can do it outside. And if you got land There's no excuse. So do trials with root cellars and test. Put some vegetables in the root cellar, put some vegetables in the refrigerator, and see which lasts longer. Come back to me and tell me what you found. So solution seekers, tell me what the latest solution is that you came up with. I want to hear it. I want to hear what you guys are coming up with in the world. I'm telling you every day, new and inventive things that maybe you can utilize. Later, whenever I open up the training center, I'll do hands-on showing you of what and how to build these things. Anyway, this is Coach Scott. Peace out.